on. But only Claire has her camera on. Okay, shout out to Claire. Claire was the winner of the Contracts Challenge last night. She beat out our reigning champion, Connor, last night with her cash offer. And it was her very first time to do the Contracts Challenge. So Claire, how'd it feel?
It feels really great. If I can do it, everybody can do it.
Okay, I'm not hearing you, Claire. Hold
Uh-oh.
on. There you go.
Okay. I said it felt really great. If I can do it, anybody can do it. First shot, I really tried really hard, but it was really rough. So just give it a shot and you can do it.
Exactly. And you're not going to get better unless you practice.
Exactly.
This was the start.
Yes.
It's kind of like doing something that seems a little scary and it seems a little overwhelming and you don't feel like you know what you're doing, but you guys can do it.
Yes.
You've gone, many of you, most of you have gone to the contracts classes. Remember, in Digital Chalk, there are samples, contracts filled out. So if you go into Digital Chalk, and you all should be in Digital Chalk on a regular basis, because it's not just for watching videos, it's also for checking off the things you have accomplished. It's how we track the progress you're making on building the foundation of your business. So go into Digital Chalk, there's a heading that says contracts. And in there are all the sample documents that Linda has done. And when I say samples, it's like the real estate contract filled in with cheater notes next to it. Like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? And that type of thing. So that you can have it printed right next to you while you're writing your offer. And because sometimes you're just going to forget. You're going to forget what this is or that is. And did it make it a little challenging, Claire, that you were just filling in boxes on Dotloop and couldn't see everything?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, because it's not in context.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons it's so challenging the first couple of times, is because it's not in context. And that's why you want to print up that sample contract and have it next to you so that you've got that guide of, oh, that's what they want here. I didn't quite understand that. So congratulations to Claire for the contracts challenge. Congratulations to Connor for showing up month after month. And he's mastering contracts. He's learning and building that skill and muscle. I need to see all of you doing that. Because here's the thing. Tuesday, we talked about how to get business with referrals. Today, we're going to talk about how to get business. Okay, getting business, that's our ultimate goal. But with business, hopefully comes transactions. And what are you going to do when you get that business? Because you've been out there on social media, you've been out there talking to people, you've been out there networking, you've been doing all these activities, and I see you guys doing it. And then you get the business and you don't know how to write a contract because you haven't practiced yet. So don't put yourself in that position. And I am a little bit selfish about wanting you all to do this, is because when you don't do it, you're asking a lot of the coaches and you're asking a lot of Linda if you have no knowledge and have not practiced. It's basically you're asking us to pull off miracles. And we're pretty darn good, but we aren't really miracle workers. Sometimes it looks like it because we're so good. But so next month, August, I want to see participation. I'll actually, You know me, I'll come looking for you. I'll be texting you going, hey, missing your contracts challenge. Didn't make a request. Let's do this. Okay. So let's do this. Let's have fun. Claire did, she was such a good sport, you know, reviewing the offer and everything, and being your first time, that's nerve-wracking, but it's just about the learning. And whatever your contract is, like one of the reasons Connor's buyer wasn't going to win this with his offer, it was FHA. So he wrote the best possible offer for an FHA buyer, but Claire came in writing a strong cash offer. So that's, you know, that's the way it goes, but you're learning the difference by participating in the contracts challenge. You're learning the difference between a cash buyer and an FHA buyer, or a VA buyer, or conventional buyer, or contingent buyer, because those are all different offers. They're not the same offer that you're going to write. So, okay, enough of that. Congrats to our participants and to Claire for winning her first time out. Whoop, whoop. Okay, couple of things before we get into my main topic, and that is how to build business using other agents' listings the right way. Okay, we're going to do it the legal way, the way that won't get you in trouble and have people yelling at you and coming after you. But before that, I want to talk about the downsizing seminar. And I am going to, if you came to the downsizing seminar, and we had great turnout, so congrats and thank you for being there and showing up. I hope you all got good information, but I have these booklets. So I'm going to post on the office closed page and the launch page. If you were a host, you're going to get an email from me, and you're going to get all of this. You're going to get the booklet in a PDF form, and you're going to get some sample social media posts on how to get people to respond to you and ask for this downsizing booklet for free. Claire already took the initiative. And Claire, how many people reached out to you?
I have had 4 now so far.
2 more since last night?
Yeah.
Okay. So with her social media on the downsizing seminar, after the fact, she's had 4 people reach out to her and want to know more. Ooh, sweet. Don't you want that? Okay. So I'm going to post it. If you were not signed up as a host, then you're going to have to reach out, or you're going to have to make a comment on my social media post to get all this. The host will get this today in their inbox with the sample social media content that you can post. I also will be posting on the closed Facebook page and the launch page pictures I took and video I took that you can take and download yourself. Use mine if you didn't take pictures when you were there, like Claire had done. So obviously there's interest. Just because people didn't respond to attending doesn't mean there isn't interest. And offer something free and people line up. So, okay, gonna do that. And remember, investing seminars next. It'll be the second week of October. Originally I had it the first week of October. I really think I need to make it the second week of October. So I'll get that date and I'll start getting content out, or putting the content together, and then getting the sign up for you all to host. You won't get the materials unless you say you want to host. And again, I do the graphics, I do the email content, the phone scripts, text messages. It's the whole shebang. It's your marketing toolkit. So I would love to see. Usually in the past, our investing seminar has been the most popular. And you know what I think it is? I think it's because of all the home TV shows. I do. Think about all the HGTV shows that are flipping houses. That over the years, after what, last 10 years, I would say, that has created an enormous interest and with consumers about, I want to do that. Maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to try that. Well, get on that train and be part of the seminar so that you can tap in to that curiosity of so many people who would at some point, maybe now or maybe later, become an investor, real estate investor. And also for yourself. As a real estate agent, you know, one of the things I'm really big about, one of the reasons we have specialty coaches, we have an investor coach and we have a commercial coach. The reason we do is I want you thinking bigger than just residential real estate. Because to grow this business, you should be versatile. Now, you don't have to know everything and do everything, but I want that potential open to you. I also want you thinking about becoming an investor sometime yourself. I know that Danielle, who just moved back to Alabama, I don't know if anybody's seen her posts. She posted after work, they went to the beach this week. That looked so fun. I miss her, but one of the things she and her parents did when she went off to college was buy an investment property for her to live in and have roommates while she was in college. She still owns that. And she's building amazing equity in that property. So I want you thinking, and it can be just this, the next house you move into, or maybe the house you're in right now. Be thinking about, I want to turn that into an investment property when I move. So it doesn't mean you have to go out and buy an investment property right off the bat and flip it or turn it into rental, because most of us can't afford that right in the beginning, right? But what if you buy your next house for you with the idea that you're going to live in it a couple of years, fix it up, and then either sell it as a flip, but you've enjoyed it while you've been in there, or turn it into a rental property? What would that look like? Well, start building that knowledge so you too can do the same thing in your future. Gary Keller says, it's crazy that we as real estate agents don't own more real estate. Did anybody watch or were here for the business meeting when we had Jim Fassel here a couple of Tuesdays ago? Connor, you saw that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else see the interview with Jim Fassel?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay. Okay. One of the things that David asked him or brought up is that every time Jim, one of the targets that he does is for sale by owners in FSBOs. That's one of his targets. And that's one of the ways he's grown his business. You know, you get that list for free from the program. You know that, right? And here's a big agent that's how one of the main ways he built his business. So if you're looking for ways to build business, especially if you don't have a very big database or you're not from Kansas City, FSBOs and expireds may be the way you start getting off the ground. Could be. It's not for everybody, but it can be very effective because those people have raised their hand and said, we want to sell our house. What's more clear than that of what their intentions are? But what he does is when he is talking, not just for sale by owners and expireds and canceled, but with any potential seller, he is thinking, is this a property I would buy? Is this a property I would buy? So learning about how to invest in real estate is something I want to make sure you all expose yourself to, because even if it's not now, someday that might be what you want to do. And I'm going to highly encourage, put that on your list as something you want to accomplish as a real estate agent. Now, I'm going to tell you, not everybody is built to be a landlord. It's not easy. I've done it before. I had Section 8 housing in Independence, had, how many units? 6 units? Yeah, it was a long time ago. And then it had a rental home in Mission, or, yeah, I think it was in Mission. No, it was just on the board. It was in Overland Park, close to old Overland Park. And it was hard. And it was not easy. And tenants are hard and not easy. Every time they moved out, we had to literally redo everything practically. Carpet, we would go to, remember Big Bob's used carpet? Anybody remember them? Now it's Big Bob's Carpet. They used to have, now think of this, used carpet. Some of you are going, ugh, right? Well, when you have rental properties, we literally would get it and cut it and not tack it down. So it was more like an area rug than it was carpet, because almost every time after a tenant would leave, we'd have to pull up the carpet. It'd be that bad. Now, part of it was, you know, depending on the price point of your rental property, that's can impact the type of tenants that you get. So, I know that when we've done the investing seminar before, one of the investors I've had in the past as a panelist, he would only buy, now not all of us can do this, but I think his strategy was really solid. He would only buy like houses in Prairie Village. And then, because he wanted to make sure he was getting, he wanted a nice property that would appreciate at a higher rate than maybe in some other neighborhoods. So that's another thing to think about. And that's why learning about investing, the ins and outs, so important. So, oh, I'm just planting seeds today. Just planting seeds. So has anybody advertised, except for an open house, another agent's listing on their social media? Nobody?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Are you ready to learn how to do that? Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go on to Facebook. And I'm going to show you some examples of our agents that do this. The first one I'm going to show you.
What was the question, Kristen? I'm sorry, my phone cut
That's
out.
okay. Have you ever used someone else's listing and promoted it on your social media and not for an open house?
Oh, not for an open house. Gotcha.
Okay. So we're going
I've
to learn how
seen
to.
where Kyle Talbot does that a lot lately too. He's featuring all sorts of really cool niche houses around Kansas City.
Yep. But we're going to start with the pioneer first. So I'm going to go into Facebook and I'll share here in just a second. I'm going to go into and I'm going to go into Urban Cool KC team. Oh, this isn't, well, this is the page. Let me see. This is Franny's. What happened is Franny Knight, agent in our office, she's in the Waldo office. She and her team have an office there. Let me see. Let me go from her page to Urban Cool KC Real Estate. Yep, here it is. Okay. So the Facebook page, let me share for you all on Zoom. But we're going to the pioneer in Kansas City, and that's Franny. Kyle gets a lot of buzz right now, and he's doing a fabulous job. But Franny started this years ago. Franny built her business with social media before any agents even had a clue what to do with it. She's probably one of the pioneers in the United States of real estate, using other people's listings to promote and build business. So she is the grandmother, I can't say granddaddy, grandmama of social media, an agent using social media at a very high level to build business. Can everybody see? It's her page, her Facebook page is Urban Cool KC Real Estate. She has 43,000 followers. And what she has focused on over the years is cool urban properties. So it is what she has done. It is what she highlights. And now she's even focusing more on neighborhoods than just individual listings. And she has done it successfully over the years. So here's one. This is, and she understands the architecture of the older homes and what they are. She understands the neighborhood. She's educated herself, and she has done this. Now, in the beginning, and this is probably, I want to say, oh, how long has Facebook been around?
2006, maybe,
Okay,
or
2000.
07, 08. I don't know.
I'm trying to think when Franny started this. Okay, so it would have been soon after that. I'd say she's been doing this no less than 10 years, maybe 12 years. Well, no, 12, because she's been with, I've been here 12. She's probably been doing this 12 to 15 years. She's been using social media to build real estate business. And in the beginning, she did it all wrong, but she's a pioneer. She said, I didn't know what I was doing. I just saw this opportunity that I could maybe grow a following by doing this. And she said she loves the urban core in Kansas City. And she said, okay, I'm going to just focus on cool houses. Because here's the difference between her and somebody just getting on Zillow and looking at homes. She's going into MLS and finding the cream of the crop, and she's posting those. She's not just doing every urban listing in MLS. She's picking the ones that people are going to pay attention to. She's done such a good job that people are like, oh yeah, she has the best houses that she is posting. Now, they're not all her listings. They are not. And what she did wrong in the beginning, and you're not going to do, is she didn't reach out to the listing agent. She just went on MLS. She copied their pictures and put up the posts, and she didn't give credit. Because remember, this is a long time ago. And this was all brand new. We didn't know how to use it and what to do. And she just put it up there. Well, she got in trouble. A lot of agents got mad at her. She got in trouble. She'll tell you, I got in trouble. But hey, I was learning. But she built one of the largest followings of a Facebook page of an agent in Kansas City long before anybody else did. And she did it this way. So I think if you can figure out, I had a growth client that his thing was mid-century moderns. And until he moved out of town, that's what he was posting on his social media. He was doing a curated list of mid-century moderns because that was his vibe. That's what he was really interested in. And maybe you want to focus on, certain neighborhoods or yeah, what is it? But this gets people's attention. And I tell you how I know she's got a following is when she and her team used to have their office here in our office, in the Prairie Village office. Had a big Urban Cool KC logo on the wall. And I would give people tours, people thinking about getting their real estate license. And when I did, I can't tell you, majority of the people I took on that tour would point to her logo and say, oh, I follow her. Is she in this office? I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, oh, she posts the coolest houses. So what could you do? Now, here's what you have to do. Now, let's look at, so check out what Franny does. Because here's a condo down in Soho West. Very cool. She makes it easy on the eyes, meaning picking out the best houses to show people. Look at this one. Oh, isn't that pretty? She is always giving credit to the listing agent and their brokerage along with a phone number. And she has reached out to the listing agent to get permission. So don't be an agent who puts someone else's listing up and you haven't asked. Also, if you want to do a video, don't just schedule a preview and go in there and videotape a house and use it for social media and you have no permission. But most agents are like, yeah, if you can get me exposure for my listing, why wouldn't I want more eyeballs on my listing? So most, not all, will give you permission. And for the agents here in our office, I would ask them this. If you see one of their listings that you really like and you want to take this strategy, this lead gen strategy for social media and use it, then ask them, would it be all right in the future that I could post any of your listings? Get permission up front, because most of them will let you. Now, here's the occasions they may not. High end, sometimes the high end listings, they're not so fond of they may not. So that's okay. But if you are professional and appreciative, they will. Now, what Franny does though, is she also has a link to her website to that property. So if they want to see more, it goes to her site, not to a general site, so that that person is on her website. Make sense? What questions are going through your head right now? Don't tell me no questions. Do you like this idea? Would you do this?
So does this apply, let's just say you're traveling or whatever, and you see a cool house that's for sale. This applies to outside of our MLS as well. You'd have to ask or call that agent. Let's see if you could post that, or
If it's a house for sale, yeah. I mean, like when I travel, I'm taking pictures of neighborhoods and stuff. I'm not, if I'm in Boston and I'm in front of an amazing row house or a street of row houses. But if you're using it to get business, there's a difference here. If you're using it to get business, then you need to be asking. Make sense? Good question. Who in here likes this idea and would do this?
I really like this idea. I think I'm gonna do that for sure.
I also really like it, yeah.
Yeah. I want you
Yeah.
thinking, go ahead, Connor.
oh no, I was just gonna say, just even if you like feature a house once a month in different neighborhoods around town, town, that'd be, instead of having to do it every day, that would be some good social media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Once a week, every other week, once a month, different areas of town. If you want to show that you know different areas of town, that would be great. If you want to just, I challenge you. What is your favorite style of home? What is it? Tell me. Hi, Ashley. I don't even have this up. Okay. I will get it up. No, I'll get it up. Connor, what's your favorite style of architecture of a home?
I have a couple. I like the Brookside homes a lot, but I also like modern homes as well. So I kind of like both of those.
Okay. Okay. Who else? I'll call on you. Oh, come on. Claire, what's your favorite style of home?
I really like the Tudor.
Tudor?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm the same. I live in a Tudor.
They're so cute.
I love them. And, here's something to find out. I want you to research a builder, a designer, architect. I think he was an architect. Napoleon Dybel. Napoleon Dybel built most of the Tudor homes in Midtown Kansas City. I want you to check him out. I'm sorry, I'm going to plug in my computer. I want you to check him out. You need to know the history of them if that's a style of house that you're going to be focusing in on. You need to know definitely about Napoleon Dybel. Love it. Who else? Whitney, what kind of house do you like? What architecture, what style? What draws your attention? When do you think, oh God, I'd love to live there?
I really like modern, the like the cleanness of modern homes. But I
Uh-huh.
also like really rustic looking things and things that are older. Like as long as it's well taken care of. Like I really love rustic as well. But
Mm.
yeah, it's really fun to have that opposite end of those two spectrums, and like both of them.
Yeah, definitely. Ellie, what style home do you like?
I've been liking the Mediterranean houses more.
Yes, beautiful. There's some beautiful ones in Sunset Hills, old ones. Actually, my grandparents lived in a beautiful Mediterranean home over on the Kansas side that had a pool in the back that all had a Mediterranean thing. It was just gorgeous. I don't remember it. I've just seen pictures because I was only 3 when they moved. But Thais, what style architecture of homes catches your eye?
Maybe I would say contemporary.
Yeah, yeah. Nayeli, do you have a special type of architecture that you enjoy that catches your eye in a home?
Cottage and farmhouse. I really like those type of homes, especially a cottage, just because of the coziness, and then in the fall, it's just all ties
Oh,
in
yeah.
together.
Yeah. I love the older houses in like Brookside and towards the plaza that have big stone porches. I love the big porches in Hyde Park, that type of thing. Brooke, what kind of style architecture of homes do you like? She may not be able to talk. Okay. Jody, what about you?
I I like the ranch homes the best.
Okay, perfect. Tamisha, do you have a preference or a style that you like?
I love more like modern homes.
Modern, okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Ashley?
I'm kind of all over the place. For me personally, I love a colonial or a two-story, but I also really like Vincent Schumacher, but when it's done well.
Yes.
I don't want it like totally original, no updates. but I do like that look. I like really open floor plan, which I know isn't necessarily the home style, but.
It is for
Yeah,
mid-century
yeah,
modern,
Yes, absolutely.
definitely.
And then I've been seeing, and I have a client that I'm watching for, just the cute little bungalows, like that kind of home park area.
Mhm.
And I don't want it for me, but I just think they're a big little dollhouse. I love
Yeah,
them.
little dollhouse. Yeah, yeah. Okay, the reason I'm asking you is because if you're gonna do this, I think it's most impactful if you're going to be posting other people's listings to have a theme. That's what Franny did with Urban Cool KC. And again, she was the pioneer. She's the one. But let's look at what Kyle does. Let's look at Kyle Talbot. And let me go to his. Okay, so his latest one is this video here. Bungalow Vibes. 3929 Wyoming. Oh, it's not gonna do well on that, so I might just. Okay, I'm gonna can the video sound. Now, two things that he didn't do that I'm gonna recommend when it says listing provided by or listing courtesy of. He put, and maybe Roach LLC is the brokerage name. So remember, you have to have the listing agent's name and the brokerage, and then you need to have their phone number. You do. If you want to win brownie points with other agents, you want to do it right because they're going to be looking at what you post on their listing. And remember, you have to ask permission to do this. So especially, well, no matter what, because also to use those MLS pictures, you don't own those. And then going in and doing a video without permission, I'm just going to tell you, the broker, Linda's going to get a call about you in no time at all. So here he is, and remember, I will tell you, because do any of you follow the Content Lab Facebook page, Ken Pozak? The Content Lab with Ken Pozak. Facebook page you need to follow if you want to use social media at a high level. That's where Kyle learned everything he knows is from Ken Pozak. And on there recently, one of the things that Kyle posted is he got away from posting about listings and he got so much into posting about Kansas City that he wasn't getting the leads that he was before. So now he has gone back to posting more about listings. Now he's still doing some Kansas City stuff. See, he's in a neighborhood right now. So he showed the house, did the video on the house, and then showed the surrounding, some of the highlights of the surrounding area. So there are so many things you can do. I also want to show you Hannah Morels. Hannah Morel is an agent here. You know, you're very fortunate because we have some of the top social media agents in Kansas City in our office. Franny being, yeah, she gets, in my book, she gets the highest ranking. Kyle Talbot is doing phenomenal. He's built a bigger following in only 3 years. He has what, 89, or is he over 90,000? Is he 98,000 or 89,000? I don't remember on his, which is fabulous and wonderful. Let's go to Hannah Morel. Hannah is an agent in this office. Hannah Morel. And she just posted something. Is this, so she does a lot of her own, but I'm looking for the one that she just posted. It must be on her business page. Hold on. And it might be on her Instagram. Because I think she does the majority of her posting on Instagram. But she did one yesterday, the day before, on a luxury property that was out of this world. It's not her listing. It's not her listing. So if you're going to do this, think about what your theme is going to be. And then you need to schedule how often you're going to do that, because you will not get impact. Oh, look at this one. Here's one she did beginning of July, a mid-century modern right here, circa 1975. That's a little older than mid-century modern. So what are you going to do? Is anybody going to, I know a couple of you have said you're going to do this. Make sure so here's what I would do. You should be doing this anyway. You should be in MLS every day looking at the newest listings. And if you want to do a certain area, then you can sort by zip code or MLS area. Now, most of you are not in the business long. No, you're not. Not most of you. All of you are not in the business long enough to understand MLS areas, but you'll see like 340, 240, 345 as an area. And if you click, there's a little information tab to that, and it's going to tell you what parts of the city those areas are. And so it's better than zip code, because zip code is too broad. Areas will be a smaller footprint. I don't know how many miles in an area, MLS area, but it's a smaller footprint. So like it will also, then you could just do a search for new listings in area 345. And then you'll have to go through and see what the newest listings are. Or maybe you're somebody who wants to, if you want to someday build a luxury business, maybe you go in every day and you're looking at the most expensive listings every day. Now, you're going to have to get permission, but maybe that's what you do. Because, or maybe you want to do the most unique or funky, because I've seen some, because I go into MLS so often, I've seen some really interesting, and not to make fun of any of them, just unique.
I think Frank does a good job of like the kind of like edgy fun.
Edgy fun. There was one, it was a couple years ago, that was a replica Western town. The rural property.
Yeah.
But all the facades of the buildings, the house included, was like a Western town.
We just talked about.
Did you?
Something like that, yeah.
One right outside of Kansas City North was a miso silo that had been converted into condos. That was unusual. What are some of the others that I've seen? I've seen some really unusual ones. So it's kind of like Zillow gone wild. Has anybody ever looked at Zillow gone wild? Oh, on social media, Zillow gone wild. Who's seen it? Zillow gone wild. No? Oh my God, you guys are so missing out. Okay, go right now. Zillow gone wild. You finding it? Okay, so this person, I don't even know where they live. This person,
It's interesting matter.
they find, now, sometimes that outside of the house tells you nothing about what's inside. There's some of the most bizarre, unique, crazy houses. Ashley's finding a house that she loves. Everybody go to Zillow Gone Wild.
Immediately text.
Um, They're on Facebook and Instagram. I follow them. And I've seen some of the weirdest stuff, unique. I've seen like a castle that is got like knights in armor everywhere, hatchets. Actually, my daughter, okay, if you came to the downsizing seminar, and you know, my daughter works for Brown Button and she's the staging manager. Yesterday, she was sending us pictures of this house that she's staging right now, that's what they have. They have hatchets, they have chain metal, yeah. Helmets, like knights helmets, all of this stuff in this house. Does anybody want anything? Oh, they found live ammunition, missiles. And the homeowner forgot it was there. And they had to call the fire department, who's coming this morning to disarm because it was live. And the homeowner was like, no, it's fine. I got it in a white elephant exchange last year. That's okay. That's
scary.
But they're into all of this, obviously, all of this military stuff, even though most of their stuff is so, that you might go on the Brown Button website and see when that house is coming on, because that'll be interesting. So look at Zillow Gone Wild, and that can give you some fun things to ponder about while you're trying to decide what direction you're gonna go in doing this. Now, here's the other thing is if you're gonna take pictures on tour of people's houses and that type of thing, if it's more than a doorknob or a light fixture, like, you need to ask that listing agent, is it okay if I take some photos to post? And don't take photos and then make fun of a house. Well, it happens.
I know.
You would never, but it happens.
How?
And how unprofessional. And it'll come back and bite you. But I love light fixtures. I don't know why. It is something that just draws me in, whether it's in a building, like one of my favorite municipal auditorium downtown. That building is an Art Deco building. It was built in Art Deco period, and it has some most phenomenal light fixtures I've ever seen. But when I used to go on agent tour all the time. I'd love to come join you guys again because it's been so long. I usually just book myself up. So I need to, maybe I'll do it once a month. Maybe I could make that because I miss the fun. Well, and the thing is I used to be able to see the other agents I knew from being in the business this long. That's how I would, yeah. So I need to get back to that because I love going to houses, but I love taking pictures of really cool light fixtures. That would be something I'd be highlighting along with listings. Again, we're looking for ways to build business and get people to respond to you and get them interested in your content. And nothing says I'm an agent more than posting awesome houses to get people's attention. So I'm hoping that this is where you start. And remember what I said, I would ask especially agents here, if I can post pictures and content of your listing, because it is so amazing. And would it be okay if I also do that with future listings of yours? I actually used to do before COVID, before COVID. And maybe I'll do it again. It just takes time, is reach out to all of our agents and ask them who would be okay with other agents posting their listings. So we just have a list. I can't promise I'll do that right away. And here's the thing, you should be building relationships with these agents. So yeah, a list would be great, but it's you kind of shortcutting, building a relationship that might get you a really great open house. Yeah, take the opportunity, Ashley nailed it. Our business is relationship based in that I'm not talking just the public, I'm talking other agents. So what questions do you have of me about this? I hope it's getting you excited. Please check out Zillow Gone Wild. I want to hear, share with me the craziest house that you see. Okay, just do a screenshot and send it or post it on GroupMe so we can all, because I've seen dungeons, I've seen rooms that like 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, need I say any more? I've seen listing pictures of houses that could have been in that movie. And I've never seen the movie, but I know what's in there. We all do.
I feel like that, like just let it be a happy surprise at the property.
That'd be a surprise. Well, I've gone into houses and wondered what this room was for.
If you're wondering, you probably know.
It's like, what do you think going on in here?
I mean, yeah.
You look on the ceiling, you're like, is that there?
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
those are the ones I sent to Brent. Like, oh my gosh, right,
yeah, you're like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay. All right. That's all I had for today. But I hope this was good. Did this give you some good ideas? Zoomers?
Yes, thank you so much.
Good, 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 good. All right. All right. So we're going to get out of class early. I will be sending next week's schedule. Here's what's coming up. I need to, before you guys jump off and everything, here's what's coming up on Tuesdays and Thursdays in August. We're not going to start, but our two main courses for you as a new agent is Launchpad, the course we just finished, the basics of how to work with a buyer, a seller, the transaction, listing, all of that. The other main course is Lead Gen 3612-3. That's all about different types of lead generation, going in depth. Because in Launchpad, we touched on lead gen. That was one of the sections, but we didn't really dive that deep. We did some snorkeling. We're going to do some scuba diving. And we're going to start mid-August after the kiddos are in school. Because I know if I start it now, some of you, you've got too much on your plate, or you're just wrapping up summer with the kiddos. Or like Amy, I know she's knee deep in college preparation. My heart, well, yeah, everything that goes with that. So we're not going to start Lead Gen 3612-3 until mid-August. So I'll be getting that out, and I'm going to actually do a sign up, like an Eventbrite for you guys to sign up to participate in this, because I'm also going to make sure that you all get the student manuals, and they're going to be all loaded into digital chalk, and it's going to be your responsibility to read the material before you come to class. Because those topics and that class goes so in depth, if I really wanted to cover everything, I would have you in here like 6 hours. So I need you to read the material first. I'll have the student manuals. They're not going to be terribly long. They'll just be a little bit more in depth. And then we'll go over the concepts and focus on some key things in each of these forms of lead gen. So if you've been thinking about doing farming, we're going to go knee deep in farming. If you want to get better at open houses, you've been doing them, it's kind of, or you haven't jumped into open houses yet, we're going to go dive deep into open houses. If you want to go after FSBOs and expires, we're going to go way deep into that too. So we're going to go way deep into social media. So this is really, Launchpad was giving you and showing you all the basics and fundamentals, the basics. Now we're going to go deep into, let's start really finessing and getting better at the lead generation. and really understanding it more than a surface level. Because what I know is I love all of those of you who are just jumping into lead generation before you really know what you're doing. That's great. No, I seriously, I mean that, because I want you to jump in and not just come to class, because we're not going to make money if you just come here and get smart and don't do anything with it. So I want you jumping in, but when you're jumping in, you're doing it at surface level because your knowledge is surface level, and that's okay. But we want you to build that knowledge so you get better at those open houses. So if open houses have kind of been stalling out, or you haven't gotten the results that you want, then there are things that you don't know about yet because you're just doing the basics. Let's learn how to do it like at the master level. So we're going to be tuning up our skills and our knowledge so that you all can go out there and be successful. And that's what we're going to do. So Lead Gen 3612-3, actually might name it something different because I am doing some revamp to it. It's an amazing course. It's actually my favorite Keller Williams University course. It's that good. It's my favorite. It's got the most meat on the bone, and I love it. So I'll be excited for us to roll out this revised, rejuvenated version of it and share it with you all. And let's just get in there and discover all these different ways of lead generation. And here's the thing. Some of you know, and I think you've heard me say that one of the reasons we've been reaching out to get you to do your KPA is we have the amazing ability to take your personality assessment that is real estate oriented, meaning that personality assessment, that Keller one, is geared towards real estate, meaning it's looking at your strengths and challenges directly related to real estate. Then we're able to take that and put into a special AI program that is called Gary AI. And it is going to filter that in with everything with Lead Gen 3612, with the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and be able to tell you, here are the areas of lead gen that you as an agent will be the most successful in, instead of guessing. It'll even tell you the things to avoid. Now, here's where I want to be careful though. Those things to avoid. Sometimes our market may shift in a way that you're going to have to do business in a way that may not come natural to you. Like when in 2007-8, and the economy and the housing market tanked, and it was awful. I was there. It was awful. And 30% of our market became distressed housing, meaning foreclosures and short sales. None of us as agents had ever seen short sales. We didn't know what they were. And all of a sudden they were a thing, and they were becoming a really big thing. And too many agents said, I'm not touching that. I'm never doing a foreclosure. I'm never doing a short sale. And it became 30% of our inventory here in Kansas City. And you said no to it?
The investments, that's something. Elizabeth just posted on Facebook, like on my way here, did a Facebook Live talking about that our market's kind of poised to shift to really be beneficial for investors. And then we're gonna talk about it at next week's staff meeting, and to like make sure and come with the learn.
Yes.
So we're poised for this trend to change.
Our market's going to change. So I'm going to tell you that the reason I'm saying this is when you sit down with your coach to see what the analysis and the action plan is based on your personality through the Gary AI, I don't want you saying, I'm never going to do those other kinds of forms of lead gen, and I don't need to learn about them. Because someday you may need to know about them. But what I love about what we're going to be able to show you and share with you is here's where your sweet spots are. Here are the areas that match you the most, that are going to feel the most natural, and you're going to be the most excited and comfortable about. So, but understand There may be times in this business, in a market, that you've got to do some lead gen that you thought you'd never have to do before. So don't turn off, like for sale by owners and FSBOs, and you're like, I'm never doing that. Well, don't never say never, because you might. So learn about it and just have that knowledge. Okay, fair? Okay, all right. Everybody good?
Yes, thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for being here. You guys are awesome, and we will talk to you later. All right, bye.